The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from News 3, this is Good Morning Macomb.
And it's 9 a.m. Welcome to News 3's Good Morning Macomb. I'm Andrew Ball.
And I'm Mackenzie Irby. We're so glad to have you here.
And I'm Jared Shooter. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning, April 26th.
So some sad news, kind of, for me anyway. The Office could be leaving Netflix for real this time. NBC will be starting its own streaming service, and their contract with Netflix for The Office and Friends ends in 2021. Netflix tweeted this yesterday, as they usually do when rumors of The Office being taken down surface. But this time it could be for real, saying that it will be on Netflix until at least 2021.
So like 2 years.
We'll find out.
I personally don't
Time
watch
to
The
buy the box.
Right.
Yes, right.
Well, if you're looking for something to do next week, come out to the Coachella and Art and Music Festival, my apologies, hosted by Corbin Olson Hall. This event will headline Quad Cities rapper Terrain Ball.
No relation to me.
There will also be free activities including a surfboard simulator ride, DIY flower crown making, giant tic-tac-toe, and much more. This event will take place April 30th from 5 to 8 p.m. in the Corbin parking lot. Admission is free.
Yeah,
like fun.
It's going to be fun. I'm an RA in Olson, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I suggest everyone come out, family-friendly event. There will be food, t-shirt making.
So you'll have to tell us about it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And yesterday, the NFL draft commenced in Nashville, Tennessee, and one of Western's very own, Colin Sanders, is looking to make NFL history. So Sanders has an impressive senior year with 41 tackles and 6.5 sacks for a loss of 38 yards, which is pretty good. So far, NFL experts predict that he will be chosen in the second or third round of the draft, so we wish him all the best in his professional football career.
Well, Jared,
Yeah.
temperatures have been a little cooler this week.
Yeah, temperatures.
And some rain.
Yeah, absolutely. The temperatures right now outside are actually pretty nice. It is 51 degrees outside and relatively clear. The winds are northwest at 19 miles an hour, as you can see here on the screen. Beautiful outside. And also all the rain and everything that was here last night has just shifted off. So it is going to be really clear. We do have a high pressure system that's kind of covering our area, which is making it nice, beautiful, and clear. However, as we head into this weekend, that is going to change, and next week is going to be relatively wet as well. But I'll get to that later in the forecast, in the newscast.
All right, thank you, Jared. In this morning's headline, a suspect has been charged after an officer was shot in Davenport yesterday afternoon. The shooting suspect has been identified as 27-year-old Brett Samuel Davis. He is charged with attempt to commit murder, felon in possession of a firearm, eluding, and other misdemeanors. Davenport Police Chief Paul Sikorsky says officers observed two suspicious subjects when a foot pursuit began on the city's west side. Davis and an officer engaged in a shootout in which the officer was wounded. The officer is in stable condition but has not yet been identified.
Former Vice President Joe Biden has announced he's running for president in 2020. On Thursday, Biden announced in Charlottesville, Virginia, that he will be running for the Democratic ticket. Biden was VP under former President Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017. This will be his third time running for president. His various runs were in 1984 and 1988.
Environmental Health Director Chris Adams says El Rancherito's license was revoked after multiple health violations that could cause foodborne illnesses.
We found several containers of food in the temperature danger zone that had been previously cooked the day before and that were still being used on the front line.
Adams says some food items were also not dated correctly. He says the owner could appeal to the Board of Health, but right now El Rancherito can only open under a new owner.
Today is Arbor Day, and the city of Galesburg is celebrating by planting trees. At 10 a.m., a tree planting ceremony will be held at the Lake Stony softball fields. In 2018, Galesburg was named a Tree City USA by the Arbor Day Foundation. This means that the city has committed itself to managing and expanding the amount of trees in the area. In order to become a Tree City USA, a community must meet these 4 requirements: establish a tree department, laws that concern taking care of trees, having a budget dedicated to forestry, and holding an Arbor Day observation ceremony. This will be the 18th year in a row that Galesburg will be recognized as a Tree City. Up next, it's between tons of sheep or a woman trying to locate her stolen pig. The winner of our Choose the News poll is coming right up after this.
Plus, how one man lost his prosthetic leg again, thousands of feet in the air.
National Broadcasting Society helps the future of broadcasting get the tools needed to succeed in an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of NBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless, but as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
Welcome back. I'm Mackenzie Irby.
And I'm Andrew Ball. Every Good Morning Macomb, we allow you, the viewer, to vote on stories you want to see right here on the show.
Polls each week are posted on our Facebook page with a variety of stories to choose from that will air right here on Good Morning Macomb.
And we now have the results that you voted for in this week's Choose the News poll. We asked you to vote for one of these 2 stories: a stolen therapy pig or tons of sheep invading a family's yard.
All right, so at 69%, you guys picked a ton of sheep invading a family's yard in California to air this morning.
A family in Lincoln, California wanted to get a closer look at the sheep grazing behind their home, so the father opened his backyard gate and invited some of the animals in.
However, he got a little more than he bargained for when the sheep began to flock into his yard, and the hilarious encounter was all caught on camera. Take a look.
This time of year, the city of Lincoln employs thousands of sheep and goats to cut down the vegetation before fire season. They are contained by temporary electric fencing and the fences already in place that separate homes from grassland. Lincoln resident Scott Russo wanted his young daughters to get a better look at the hundreds of sheep grazing behind their home, so he opened his backyard gate.
Oh, this is a huge mistake.
And the sheep took that as an invitation.
Okay, scare them out, Scott. Scott, scare them out.
At first, Mrs. Russo sounds amused, but as the flock continues to flood into the family's yard, her tone changes.
Go now. I'm serious. I'm telling you right now, I'm being serious. Scare them out. Girls, stay by the house.
Ow, 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 no!
Get in the house now, kids. Scott, they're all coming in.
Out of the yard, everybody, out of the yard. Out of the yard, come on.
Get out of here!
Go, go, go.
Oh, no.
Everybody out of my dick, get off my lawn! Get off my lawn!
The uninvited guests still aren't getting the message.
What do I do? I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go through. We're walking through. Come on. Come on. Come on, everybody.
Scott walking out through the gate seems to help.
Oh, they're coming out. Good. Yes.
But what really did the trick was the lady of the house jumping on the trampoline with a tambourine.
Keep shaking it. It's working. Yes. Now jump up and down. Yes. They're going to take my fence out. Come on, guys. You can do it. Come on. Go, go, go. Take your people. Close the gate.
You let the leader in, Mommy.
I think he got a lot more than he bargained for.
Yeah, he needs some dogs, like 3 or 4 dogs to help him.
Get him wrangled up and out of there. Through that little door, too. You watched them all get stuck.
They were cute, though.
That
Right.
kid did not sound very happy.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, trending this morning, on Monday, police in California reunited a skydiver with a prosthetic leg he lost while jumping from 10,000 feet in the air. Earlier in the day, a lumberyard worker found the leg. Police called a nearby airport and quickly found who it belonged to, a man they identified only as Dion. According to Dion, he and his friends searched for the leg after landing but were unable to find it. The Sonoma County Sheriff's Office took to Facebook with the happy news that they were able to return the leg, and they wrote that Dion was very grateful for the return of his $15,000 prosthetic leg.
I would be grateful too.
And glad that it didn't land on anybody. Now, that wasn't actually the first time it happened. He lost his first leg in a skydiving accident 2 years ago, but neither incident has quelled his love of free falling.
I'm happy he found his leg.
And that it didn't land on anybody. What a
Right.
thing to see fall from the sky.
The wait is finally over for Marvel fans. Last night, the Avengers movie series came to an end with the premiere of Avengers Endgame. This marks the 22nd movie from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Endgame also has the longest running time with a total of 3 hours. Have you seen it yet, Jarrett?
I have to turn off social media because I'm going
I
to go
do
see
too.
it tomorrow night.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in that gray area where it's like I have to put blinders on. I can't.
Me too.
Can't look around.
Me too.
And I have not seen a single one.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Well,
As April comes to an end, many of us may be planning summer vacations, whether that's lounging at the beach or taking a foreign trip. About 48% of Americans may not join you in those activities. According to a recent study by financial service Bankrate, 1 in 4 people decided not to take a vacation this summer.
Wow. A majority of the participants say that they can't afford it. 2 common factors are daily bills and personal debt. Those who are going on vacation can expect to spend an average of $2,000 on expenses. Millennials ages 23 to 29 is the group that most likely will not be interested in a summer vacation. Are you guys taking a summer vacation this year?
Don't know.
I don't either.
Don't really
I'm
know yet.
taking summer courses, so I'm kind of stuck here.
So there's your vacation.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, have fun with those courses.
Not sarcastic.
Right. And high winds and say it ain't snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Storm
What's wrong,
3's Jared
Jared?
Streeter tells us where and when next.
On Tuesday, November 6th,
our state will be making some important decisions.
You might think it's not important,
or your vote doesn't matter.
But that's not true.
If you don't know how
or where to register, visit vote.gov.
Make your voice heard.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Good morning and welcome back, Macomb. 51 degrees outside, absolutely beautiful. Dew point's sitting right around 35%, humidity is 55%. However, there is a decent pressure gradient going on outside, which is making our winds relatively high at 19 miles an hour. I'll get to that here shortly. Average highs this time of year, 67 degrees, average low 44. Right now, the record high for this time of year is at 92 degrees. I'm actually kind of happy we do not have that temperature outside. Looking at the infrared right now, the clouds again, as I mentioned earlier, have just moved off out of the way. You don't really see them. We're not going to have any clouds until we start to head into tomorrow. Again, all the moisture on our radar is starting to move off and away from Illinois. We may have had a morning shower, but again, it's all kind of faded away and moved off. Right here, we do have this low pressure system that is formed up in the Rockies, and it's going to start to move its way over towards us. That is going to start to bring us some more of our moisture, and you can see these lines here. That is the pressure difference, which is going to bring us the higher winds that we're going to experience as we head into the weekend, and also it's going to bring some of the northerly winds, which will give us some cooler temperatures. Right now, however, we're not going to experience that. We have 51 degrees here in Macomb, Beardstown 52, Quincy seeing 53. Looking at tonight, however, we are going to get a little bit more of a drop at 45 degrees here in Macomb, 46 in Beardstown, and down here in Springfield where I will be tonight, 45 degrees. Looking at tomorrow, 64 degrees here in Macomb and Peoria. You're going to see 60 degrees, and down in Quincy, lucky winter of 71 degrees. Tomorrow night, freezing temperatures here in Macomb, unfortunately. It is going to be relatively cold here. Beardstown, 35, and Springfield, you're going to see a low of 35 as well. Looking at tonight, we are going to have a low of 45 with winds starting to pick up at north-northwest at 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow is going to be very rainy and very windy. These wind gusts tomorrow with that pressure difference that I had mentioned is going to have a higher wind gust. So we're going to see winds up to 30 miles an hour, but sustained is going to be about 20 miles an hour there. But the high again is 64 degrees. Saturday, we are going to have 64 degrees as a high, low of 32. Sunday, high of 57, low of 46. The moisture the precipitation kind of moves out. Monday, as we start our week, we are going to see rain as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but the highs are going to stay in the high 50s to mid 60s as we start our week next week.
So snow will stay to the north.
To the north.
Good.
I was very happy to see that we're not going to really experience that here. So
That's
yeah,
good.
the snow is not a factor for us.
That helps. All right. Well, a crosswalk in Medford, Massachusetts appears to rise up off the street. The safety idea was thought up by 2 elementary students.
As David Wade reports, the crosswalk makes you stop and think with the emphasis on stop.
I love it. It looks amazing, exactly how I pictured it and more.
It's an amazing illusion painted on the driveway of the Brooks Elementary School in Medford. Pops right up at you.
When you're walking across, you can tell that it's painted, but what we hope is when you're driving down, you'll see it as like 3D, three-dimensional, so it looks real.
And that will encourage drivers leaving the school to stop. The unique crosswalk is the brainchild of Eric and Issa. They wanted to do something when Eric's brother had a close call with a car.
We were thinking of a way we could do something to help make our streets safer.
The kids are part of the Center for Citizenship in Medford, an organization that encourages young people to get involved.
I think it's great. It certainly would make me stop.
Mike Coates is a teacher and advisor for the center. He says the kids worked with the city's bureaucracy to make the project happen.
This is a great example of them sticking to an idea and going through all the steps and talking, in this case, to all the adults and the powers that be.
It took a year before the project got the green light.
Books don't teach you this. Civic engagement is something that you see happen, you see success, and then you try to emulate it and do more.
Yeah, hope it works.
Will work.
Yeah, that's really
What an
cool.
illusion.
Yeah, it looks like it really is.
And it pops up.
Yeah, I'll definitely stop.
Don't want to hit it.
All right, coming up after the break, Executive Director of the Macomb Area Convention and Visitor Bureau, Jock Heblaze, joins us in the studio. Stay with us.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand and said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality talking at the top of his lungs.
Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, man. Oh, I totally forgot. Hold on, let me get this for you. Oh. Just had a magnetic energy. So I thought, all right, we're definitely going to be friends.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for one volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying. And now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
Joined by Jock Heblaze, the Executive Director of the Macomb Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. He joins us in the studio this morning. Jock, we thank you for being here with us.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I just want to start with kind of the basis. What is the Convention and Visitors Bureau mission? What do you guys do?
The whole mission of the office is to bring tourism into the area and the region. It's the makeitmacomb.com is the website, but it encompasses all of the McDonough County.
Mm-hmm.
And we are charged with bringing folks in from out of town to stay here. The office itself is funded through all of the bed tax that comes from the hotels in the area. So it's not funded by any local taxes. It's funded by the bed taxes. So our hope is to bring traffic in and stimulate the economy.
So you've got several projects in the works involving your Permanent Attractions Initiative. Would you first explain what that initiative is?
Well, what it is here in McDonough County, we have a lot of events that are designed to bring in tourist traffic, but we don't have, those things happen on certain weekends over the course of the year. What we don't have is anything on an ongoing basis, something that people could come at any time of the year. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So our plan is to put together some attractions that we can have that would be just that, something that would be here all the time. And we have some interesting stories and some historic things that we can spotlight. The communities that do embrace tourism tend to thrive, and it drives economic traffic. And so that's our goal here. And overall, it's for the county and overall, but we certainly want to drive traffic into downtown Macomb and into the square. So we have a couple of stories here. One of the things that we're going to do, let me get ahead of myself there, but one of the things that we're going to do is have a mural project that'll take place starting here probably in a month or two in town. We have a building, the old dairy is going to be painted, the side of that. But we hope that that expands throughout the county and covers all of the county at some time over the next several years. The second tier of the permanent attractions is a Lincoln exhibit. There's a pretty important story that happened here for Abraham Lincoln during his debates with Stephen Douglas. There were some plans that went on during that time when when he was staying in the Randolph House downtown, and it was a pivotal moment of decision that they planned in strategy in the debates against Douglas that did not win Lincoln the Senate, but that strategy ended up putting the line to presidency for him. So it was a pretty pivotal moment. We want to cover that and have a memorial, a statue, some type of photo opportunity that we can have with Abraham Lincoln. And then the third thing would be, and this is a thing that not many people know, is that a woman named Lizzie Maggie, who was born here, whose father was instrumental in that meeting with Abraham Lincoln, she went on to invent a board game that evolved into Monopoly. And we hope to have something, the square or some part of Macomb and downtown reflect that Monopoly game, and hope that we could, have the world's largest Monopoly board. I think we could draw some people into town.
So we've got all these events this summer, these projects that you're working on.
Right.
MakeItMacomb.com. Their office is also located on South Lafayette Street, just south of the square. And Jock, we thank you for being here with us this morning, and we hope to see what you'll bring here to our community.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Coming up after the break, we will take a look at the final weather and discuss our final show. After this, stay with us.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I was living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
So freezing temperatures, but no snow.
No snow.
Good.
That is going to stay to our north, luckily.
As it should.
Thank goodness. Saturday, we are going to see a lot of wind and a lot of rain. High of 64 and a low of 32. Sunday, it's going to be a little bit nicer. We're not going to have as much precipitation going on. 57 as a high and 46 as a low. Then the rest of our week, as we start to head next week, it's looking really dreary and really rainy, but the temperatures are going to stay nice. The temperatures are going to stay nice, and we're not going to see any of the snow, luckily.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep it up to the north. Well, just a programming note. Join us next Friday as we look back at the memories we've created and the laughs we've shared on Good Morning Macomb, Saying Goodbye, a News 3 special, next Friday at 9 a.m. bring your tissues.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
just kidding.
And have a workout. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a lot of
But
laughs.
we're excited to look at what we've done. That's all the time we have for you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next